recording it so I can send it to you as well.
You said
So
what?
I'm recording the meeting, so that way I
Oh,
can
okay,
send it
yes.
to you. You can get the link, or you can see it on my YouTube. So
Okay.
yes, talk to me. Give me some good news. First of all, how did everything else go on your other offers that you wrote?
So I was writing the offer and my client became overwhelmed. He was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know. So we're still looking. So no offers were
Okay.
put in because he just felt too overwhelmed and he felt he didn't have enough time to think about the property because the other agent was a tad pushy. She was like, she sent me a text message probably 20 minutes after we left and was like, oh, just wanted you to know that the deadline for all offers are tonight. And then I said, okay, yes, we saw it on the MLS. We understand. Make sure you send your client's best and final offer. And I'm like, whoa.
That's the way it is in this market. That's the way it is.
I'm going to send the offer that my client is willing to send. I don't know what best is to you. So I'm giving you whatever he says he's comfortable with putting on this offer.
So when you get that, this is basically what it is. It's you have multiple offer situations.
Right.
So they basically are saying to you really what it is, and not necessarily that she's being pushy. She's just basically, or he or she is just basically saying this: don't send me any escalation clauses.
Right.
Give me what your client is, their final offer, their best offer, where they want to go. So because some agents are in the habit of, they'll send an offer, then they'll call the agent back or send and say, oh yeah, they're willing to do this, or they can do this, or we can do it. No, there's no need for that in a competitive market. So that's the reason why the agent's trying to make it easy for their client, because they got to represent their client to the best of their ability as well, just like you have to. So, but that's fine. It's one of those things.
And I don't blame them, but it was like, what else would I be sending you? Your deadline is 9 p.m. I'm not going to send you an offer that is not the best offer that we
Trust
can
me,
do.
Julie, don't take it personal. That's just the way it is.
I didn't. I just let it go, and I was just like, all right, well, whatever. But when I started getting all the paperwork together and we started to really get, like, I'm talking to him, he got really nervous because I don't like, he liked it, but I don't think he liked it enough.
So just to give you a quick update, this happens to every single agent. It's going to happen to you over and over again. It's not going to be the first or the last.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's going to happen again and again, but it's how you manage it and control that situation. For example, it's all about managing your client actually very well.
So with him, he's pretty. You said what?
No, I say it's all about managing your clients very well. Just to give you a very quick, synopsis on things that happened. I had to write an offer for a client, and then it was like, after he said, this is the one I want, I wrote the offer, then he called me back and said, oh, by the way, let's go and look at other properties. I said, stop, time out. We're not doing that.
You have to stop.
Yeah, then he goes, well, let's submit 2 different offers. Stop, time out. So no. I've got to put myself back in that position now, re-educate him, reconsult with him so that he can understand why you do what you do, how you do it, to put him in a position to win. Because they don't do this often, we do it all the time. So we've got to be able to separate those emotions and say, okay, I said, time out. Do you really want this property? Is this really what you want? If at the end of the time, at the end of the day, we write this offer, if I tell you that someone else beat us by $1,000, are you going to be upset? Or would you have said to me, Jimmy, you could have told me that I've gone higher? That's one of the skills that you use in getting the client to tell you their highest and best offer. Mm-hmm. So when I had that conversation with them, he was like, well, I can go a little bit higher. I can go up to 460. I said, okay. Now it looks like the 450 that you said is not your highest and best. It's not what you're comfortable with. It's not what you're going to happy. How much do you love this house? Forget everything else that I'm saying to you for a minute. You tell me, how much do you love this house? How badly do you want it? Or do you want us to continue? If this is not the house, that's fine. So sometimes you got to, pull the cord back a little bit and ask those sort of questions.
And that's what I did with him. I was like, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel anxious, then you have to really ask yourself if this is what you want. And he said, he basically said, he was like, yeah, I liked it, and I'm thinking about it from a resale perspective. Like if I had it for 2 years, I can fix up little things and resell it for something more. And he's like, it's close. He was giving like, okay, it's close to this and this, like this is what I like. So it was close to the casino. And the casino is what he wanted to be close to with all of the things going down at National Harbor. So I'm like, okay, you like the location, but you don't really like the property for you to live in and be in for the next 2 years. So I ended up getting to the bottom of that. Okay. And then he understood like and I told him the process. I'm like, when we're doing offers, I'm going to need you to be able to give me everything that I'm asking you for. And I know it's going to be a lot, but you have to be able to give me everything. And I'm going to explain everything to you. But if you feel anxious or anything like that, you have to say, Judy, I don't know. Let me take a step back and breathe and see if you want to go forward. Okay. But it's his first property. So he's just like, I think he's just, you know, he has cold feet. He doesn't want to get into anything that's going to be too much. And I totally understand because I was there when I bought my first property. So I get it.
That's fine. It happens. So now let's look at what you need today. So if you want to, you can share your screen and I'll walk you through it. I'll let you actually be the one in control and I'll walk you through it.
Okay. So where is my...
Because you said you wanted to do disclosures. You said you wanted to know how to put together your listing presentation, or is it your listing paperwork?
So this part, well, I'm going to need all of that help.
You're gonna need what now?
I'm gonna need all of that help. I've never done a listing before. Okay. It's a lot more that goes into it, but this
is easy. Don't even worry about it. It's easy. Every single thing is easy. This is what is hard. Getting your paperwork.
Yeah, I felt like the contract was a little hard because there was some parts of it that I didn't understand.
No, it's not.
I was like,
I promise you it's not. It's all legalese. So let's start. How do you start? Show me what you already know or do. How do you start?
I already put all of this information in here.
Okay.
So I already did this yesterday when I was talking to her, and I filled out everything here. And I feel like everything is complete. I put Lisa's information on there, the address, my information.
Looks good. All this looks good.
So then,
go on.
It's where it has this initial here. She isn't a fee simple. She doesn't have any of this ground rent and
perfect.
Anything like that. So then I put in the term. So I did 6 months.
That looks good. Keep going.
Okay. And then I put in right here by written agreement through email and or text by either party. This is the termination.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. So then this is the part that I didn't know. And I just put agents must request through the MLS to show the property to clients. Is that correct?
That's fine. It's whatever you want to put on there. I just put on there, if any instructions that your client wants you to have is what you put on there. If they say, give me a 1 hour notice or 2 hour notice.
Okay. So she does want a 1 hour notice. She does want everyone to wear shoe covers and all of that. So shoe
covers, you don't need to put on any of that there. This is just special instructions of what you don't want to forget that is important to them. Client does not want to see anybody between 2 and 4. You're not going to remember that. You can just put it in there. Yeah. That only all those other stuff is standard. Shoe cover, this is all standard. You can put that in the so now.
So I didn't put anything here because she's okay with listing her property on the MLS.
Of course. So nothing is you want to explain to your client if you say no to any of those, it limits how many people can see it. So that's fine. You don't want to put anything on.
So I put it here for her to choose. She's going to choose the bottom and put her initials in it. She's not going to put anything there.
Okay.
She's going to choose both that she authorizes.
Okay, no, so hold on. She authorizes the display of unedited comments. That's good. She also authorizes the display of automated estimate of market value. That's good. That's what you want them to put in there.
Okay.
You don't want them to say they don't want to. So that's fine.
Okay.
That's what you want your standard every single thing to look like. Yes, you want soon? Yes, you want them
coming soon. Yes, we talked about that.
Hold on. You have it that they consent to other properties being talked about, but you also said they do not authorize. It has to be one.
Oh, because she's going to I'm gonna walk her through it and tell her to put her initial by either one.
So question. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna send this to her electronically or are you gonna print this?
Electronically.
Okay, if you're gonna send it electronically, there is no way you can send those two to her that you're walking her through. She can't. She's gonna have to sign initial both of them.
Oh, I put it that it's not required. So, okay. But I can take this one out because I do, like, I told her that I wouldn't do this with anyone at her home anyway. And she said, okay. Because this is the consent to discuss other properties with buyers at seller's open house. No,
so
we don't.
She agrees to one. That's what I'm saying. Whatever she agrees to, just select that one.
Okay, she does not want to do that. So I'll take out. Oh, what happened? Oh my God.
You have to log back in. It's going to take you right back to where you were, but you have to just log back in.
I thought it was going to make me go through the whole thing over again. So where were we?
The goal is right there. The goal is you want to give them less things to, to ask questions. Otherwise, your listing presentation and signing is going to take hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it to be short and sweet, straight to the point, keep it moving. So go on.
So then it says home security systems.
Correct.
She has to just acknowledge that. That's nothing that really changed. 45 days. So that's normal, right? The 45 days.
30 to 45, that's fine. No big deal. Anyone is
good. She agreed to 6%.
That's good.
So this was the other part. Because
you're going to take that off. No, I'm just going to tell you, EXP, we do not do sub-agent.
So that's what I wanted to know. And I was trying to ask Dwight that last night, but I don't think he was getting it from me. So I'll take that out and re-upload this because I was like, I don't think we do sub-agent.
We don't do, yeah.
And so, okay, I'll take that off. So the agent, the seller's, the buyer's agent fee would be 2.5%.
Correct.
So, this is the smoke alarm stuff. Her property is 1985, so it's after.
Perfect. That's good.
For 1978 doesn't apply.
That's good.
That's just sellers. Good. And then I think this is. So
why do you have both? It's either or.
Right. She doesn't have that. I don't know why I put both in there.
She doesn't have what? The property is not.
So she has public water. I'm sorry.
Okay. Perfect.
It is, public sewage, public water.
Good.
Okay, so for which deferred water and sewer charges have been, but there is no charges. She doesn't pay like a front foot.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, but she still has to initial this here?
Absolutely, because it's served by public water, yes.
Okay. And then
front foot fee is a totally different thing. That has nothing to do with front foot.
Okay. I thought the deferred water and sewer charges was the front foot.
That's all. No, that's different. This is specifically saying that the seller is acknowledging that they are being supplied by public water or waste facilities for weekdays. So yeah.
Okay, and authority.
One or the other here. You can't
right. So this is okay. I lost my train of thought. Sellers advising the prospective buyers or cooperating brokers may inquire, and I think that we should.
You should what?
I guess let them know that we have existing offers if they're inquiring about it.
So that's why you have to one or the other. It can't be
right.
Yeah,
I left it there because
why would you want to give your seller the option not to authorize that? You want them to know.
Okay.
Right? You do want them to know.
That's why I'm asking you to walk me through this, because I have it in there so that I can just change stuff while we're walking through this whole.
Why do you keep selecting required?
Because the system will prompt them to sign there. Without it being required, it kind of skips over. So normally when you put it in there, it automatically comes with required, right? I took it off because
I've never had that. That's something new that I'm learning. I've never had to do that.
Oh, really? So if it's not required, they'll see it, but they can skip over it. The system doesn't stop them and make them go back to sign it.
Again, maybe that's something new. Maybe it's a function of your system. I've never selected required and they never skip anything.
Yeah, because it automatically has the box checked. So remember, I had
It's okay. Let's move on. It's fine. I'm just saying that.
I was just explaining to you to the functionality of the system. Okay.
That's never happened to any of my stuff. I'm just saying. So that's fine.
So I don't know if she wants to do any of these. I don't think this is a requirement, but she has a home warranty already. So
again, this has nothing to do with your home warranty that they already have.
Okay.
This one just simply says a home warranty. The broker. This is about the broker. You.
Okay.
The broker does or does not offer the opportunity. We do offer the opportunity. So it's always home warranty. Broker does is what you want to select because that's part of your ABA, affiliated business, whatever that form is, that has to be included. So we do offer it. We don't say they must get it, but we offer it. So you want to select broker does offer the opportunity for seller to purchase a home warranty to be enforced during the listing period, which can transfer to the buyer upon settlement. So they have to initial one. So we do offer it. Now, if you had a discussion and they say, no, I don't want it, then you select that they declined it.
Okay, so I'll just take this one out.
But you always, as a matter of practice, always offer it. It doesn't matter. Offer it all the time. Broker does have it. And if they decide that they don't want it, that's fine. Because it's something that you offer, you protect them. It makes the house much more marketable. So that if anything happens to the property while it's still being listed, they can get it fixed. And you can even decide that, you know what, for $500 or whatever the warranty, you can transfer to, because they're not transferring their own homeowner's warranty. They're not giving that to the buyer. The seller is not. 9 out of 10 times they're not. So that protects them if something fails in the property and they don't have to use their own deductible. But always do broker does. But then they have the option to either select either one, whether they want it, whether they desire.
Okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
Correct. So
I didn't know that was a thing. So then this one. This was another one.
Not exempt is the answer on that.
Not exempt, right?
Not exempt, except again, if it's a sheriff sale, trustee sale, but if not, it's a regular sale, they're not exempt.
It's not exempt. Okay. And she doesn't have any of these.
Correct.
So that's good. Then I put all of these.
That's good.
Attached disclosures for her to look over and sign. Are those all the ones that I need?
That's all you need, except if the other ones, the notice doesn't apply. I always give every single client, it doesn't matter who they are, whether I represent a buyer or seller, I always give them the protect your family from lead. I always give them that brochure. So I will select that, but that's me. I include everything that they need to have as a matter of practice, so I don't forget anything for any of my clients.
Okay. And then this is where I would sign and she would sign, right?
Yep.
Okay, so then I put the consent for dual agency.
Correct.
In there. And she's the seller, put her property, eXp Realty, and then she signs. That's good, right?
Perfect, yep.
Okay. And she doesn't sign this unless the buyer, until
that's after the fact thing, yes, if that occurs, yeah.
And then I put the understanding whom real estate agents represent.
Yeah.
here and put on all of our information and for her to sign that.
Correct. The same thing here. That's correct.
Okay. And then the lockbox addendum
Right.
for her to sign and for me to sign.
Perfect.
And then the financial condition, she has a mortgage, so she'll be
There you
on
go.
line B, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And then she'll sign.
Correct.
And then this one is the disclosure.
The PGDNA. So just to give you an idea. Go on.
Okay.
The
Scroll.
PGDNA. Okay. So tree conservation is a no because you already said they don't have it. So no.
Okay. So I can fill this in myself.
You're supposed to.
Oh, I thought it was her.
Record title holder needs to be a yes, except if he's not.
Yes, she is.
Special taxing district is a no, except they're in a special taxing district, and if they do, you need to attach Form 1333. Okay. Aviation is a no, except they are, and if they are, you also need to attach the form, the PG call form that goes with that. Yeah, I think it's Form 1312 or 1332. I can't remember, whatever the number is. But yes, if it is, then you attach that, and it's going to come with the map if it's within a 1 mile radius. Yeah. And
okay.
Good. So
and then she's initials here.
Yes.
And she's not historic.
No. There you go. Again, practice. I'll take the yes out.
Okay.
Because there's no. Maybe that's the reason why all of mine never comes back with, someone not signing anything, because those things are assigned to them. Because if you put an extra box in there that they don't need, then you're going to have a form that comes back to you with a bunch of check marks, and you have to start going over it again to remove stuff. That's a no. There you go.
Okay, no, and she said her initials there.
That's a no, except if there's an unimproved road.
All her roads are improved.
That's a no. Go back up. You missed something.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, go back, line 6.
6.
7.
Oh, 7. Completed. This is a no.
If you have that, it's a no. You don't need to go back to the check box. If you already have it highlighted, if it's checked one time, you can actually keep going. The same thing goes for signature. Yeah. If it's going to always remember the last thing that you did. Okay. So you can always just use that. You don't need to go back up to the top to select anything again.
Okay. You caught that. I did not see that under number 7. Okay. So you're going to see that there are no,
yes,
there are a bunch of
none. So check that and remove the other ones.
Okay.
Because none of the other ones has it. I mean, you don't need that. And all of that name to be filled out, all that needs to be removed as well.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I don't think Dwight was. I was texting him, so he didn't see my screen, and I was like, I am going to put in.
I can do this. I can do this without looking at the screen. That's why I'm actually trying to move.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
That's why I'm trying to move you along pretty quick. So, because there's more important things, questions that you're going to ask me. So all of these are pretty easy and straightforward. I want to get you to the important things that will really help you. So yeah, let's move it along. Okay. So you don't have issues. Water is public. Yes. Everything else needs to be removed. Everything else needs to be removed.
Okay, I'll do this later.
No. Let's do it now. Sewer is yes. Remove everything else. Let's do it now.
Do you know how long I had to go through this and put in all the little boxes?
That's why I'm not trying to let you do it again. Let's do it one time. You remember it. You don't have to do a guesswork by going back. Perfect. Then let's go. Yeah, you got it.
Private utility company.
No, and then remove the yes. Is it in an HOA?
No, she has no HOA.
So move on. Then other assets is a no, because you already said there is no additional assessment. Ground rent is a no. I'm gonna
So
answer.
we basically fill out all of this.
Underground tank is a no because there's none there. This is Jimmy. Perfect. Smoke, yes. You need to initial that.
I don't know about this though.
I don't put anything in there because I mean the county is good enough.
Okay. That's buyer.
That's for the buyer to sign for that. Yeah, you're good.
And then her information here.
Perfect.
Okay, so inclusions, this is all that I would like her to do because she knows what she has. Is that fair enough?
That's fine. You can let them do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Let them do that, but you got to let them know that if they don't have that, do not select it.
Right.
Because that's going to be another extra work that you have to do.
Okay.
If you're trying to be a little bit more efficient and to make your life easy, the way I do it is when I go to the house to do my initial consult, I get this information.
Okay. Maybe that's, I should have had my computer open.
Or you can get on the phone with them and ask, but it's better like you were trying to do, because if it's DCA, but it's better like you're trying to do, let them fill those things out, but just say to them that if it's not required, if they don't have it there, don't select it. And this is where that issue could come to play, that they will have to, especially when you select each one and say required, they will have to put something in each one and every one of those boxes. Otherwise, it's not going to it's going to say it's incomplete.
Yeah, the checkbox isn't required. So
okay.
I don't think she has any. I didn't see solar panels, and she didn't mention them. So should I leave these?
If it doesn't have it, if she doesn't have any item that is leased, remove it. Again, when I do my initial consult with the client, I would have gotten this information from them. Yeah, I would have found out if they have anything leased, because I've had clients who actually have leased their alarm system, and that alarm system either has to be removed or it stays there with them. So I would have gotten that information and get them to do it. So
her alarm system is not leased, but she's not sure if she wants to leave it with.
You don't have to make a decision.
Yeah, she has to. So that's why I left it on there for her to choose if it's included.
So let's move it.
Heating is electric. Air conditioning. I didn't know air conditioning can be gas.
Whatever does not apply, remove it.
Yeah. So
don't leave any extra boxes. Is the AC other or is it electric or?
No, I didn't put the box out.
You can move that box that is on other and move it over to the other side. Okay.
And the hot water it's a hot water heater, so that's electric.
Not necessarily. If it might be gas, but okay.
No, she doesn't have gas in her home.
Okay, then there you go.
And then signature, and then
correct. I see it. Correct. That's fine.
Disclosures.
Now in Maryland, you can choose, your client can choose to disclose or disclaim. Again, all of those extras, you can remove all those. You only need
public and public.
Public and public, and remove all the other stuff.
She has a garbage disposal.
So you check it. If the dishwasher is conveying, you check it.
Yes. Yes. That out. Heating is electric. So both of these forms are required, even though they're asking the same questions.
That's right, because now you're in your disclosure and disclaimer statement area. This form serves a different purpose.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know, because I chose both, and then I was like,
you need both. It's not a choice. You need both. Your inclusions and exclusions are different. You have to have that. And then your Maryland disclosure or disclaimer is also a separate form. So you need that. Okay. So you can't, it's not like you have, it's not like, you know, I can choose to use this because they serve different purposes. So you got to remember that.
Come on.
All that heat pump age and all that, you don't need none of that.
Okay. So that's never really required?
That's not at all required.
Okay. I'll know that going forward.
If she decides that she wants to disclose, she can put those age and stuff there if she wants to disclose.
Okay. And
so you go over here. So question for you is this: is your client disclosing or do they want to disclaim? What are you advising them to do?
I don't know because I know they can disclaim, decide not to do it. And I mean, so that's up to them. I would think that I personally, if they know, they should.
It's not you, it's your client.
Right.
So the question you have to ask your client when you're doing part of your presentation in your listing is, would you like to disclose? What's that? There's a question they're going to ask you. So your response is, if you disclose, let's say, for example, Mr. Client, you just did a huge repair to your foundation, for example. Mm-hmm. You might want to disclose that because that's a beneficial thing that you might want to tell your client, because if you do a home inspection, they'll find out that something was wrong with the foundation and they feel that you didn't disclose. Maybe you're trying to hide something, right? So the question is, if there's something you want them to know that you know, let's disclose it. If you can remember and you have the information. If your client says, I just changed my roof last year, I want them to disclose that.
Right.
So because that's a good thing. So then I said, hey, disclose on there. So you want to go through disclosure. So but that would be the way you answer it and make a decision on what is best for your client.
I think she will disclose.
Okay, so let's skip through this, but this is what you're going to need to do on that. If you're disclosing, then you do this form, but then again, decide, you know, but in this case, because if she's going to disclose, you want to check all those boxes. So she has an option of what she picks or doesn't pick.
Right.
So yeah, then let's keep going.
Okay.
And on the comments side, they can write whatever comment they want to write. Yes. For example, if they want to say, oh yeah, it was changed 2 years ago, or what, they can put all those comments on there. So it makes it easy. Yeah. So let's go down to the disclaimer. So when you're going through this, since you know that they're going to disclose, make sure you put the signature information for the disclosure part. There you go.
Is it this part, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Then on the disclaimer part, you want to cross the disclaimer out. And they need to decide if there's any latent defect. They need to tell you a yes or no.
Okay, so this one she still needs to decide. But in here,
no. So whether you disclose or you disclaim, on this part, this question is very specific. Do they have any knowledge of any latent defect? What is a latent defect? A latent defect could be something that is not visible to anyone else, but you know, they know. So they have to say yes or no. You know, so they choose whichever. If they pick yes, they need to explain what that latent defect is. I had a flood in my basement 20 years ago, but it was remediated, it was taken care of, blah, 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 and there's no leak, or I have paperwork, boom, they can say that. Okay. Now, the signature part, they do not sign this because your client is disclosing up top. They will only sign this if they were disclaiming. So remove the signatures on that part. So that's it. That's it for that.
Is that all of my? I felt like I had more forms. I guess that's it.
That's all the forms that you have in there. Now, go into your Zipforms transactions. I want to show you a form that you always want to use. You can also pick up this form in your, it might be in Skyslope, it might be, It's definitely in Trello. I really don't use Trello that much, but it is in Trello. So if you go in there into your transactions.
Oh, into transactions.
That's on, yeah, you find you over here too. I was just going to take you to, if you already have the transaction in there, because you're going to be working inside that transaction. So it's easier to just do it through your transaction.
Okay.
But because this one is like, you're just going to pick up a form, you're just going to see what the form looks like if you're doing it this way, as opposed to if you actually go into the transaction. I'm assuming you already have the transaction there, good. So you select that transaction, you go into your documents, and then click on all forms, documents at the top, then all forms. You may or may not have this form in there, but let's go in there. Change all that to all. So that way you pull up all the forms, right? And I believe the form we're looking for should be, I don't think it's in the MAR, but go down to where you see the G-CAR MC, Montgomery County G-CAR. It may be in the other one too, but I know it's here. So, okay, so look for the form that says checklist. You are doing a listing, so you want to say it should be a checklist for not sales, checklist, listing checklist.
Listing.
There you go, right there. Listing packet checklist, 721.
Okay.
So you want to add that form to it. If you ever get stuck, you can't find anybody ever to answer your question, this is your answer right here. So click that, open that form. Oh, you're trying to say, okay, see, you want to see.
Yeah, I was trying to see it, but.
You want to see if MAR has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go, yeah, you can go back. You can just go on the blue form, all forms, yeah. And let's see if the MAR has it. I'm not sure if they do. You can actually click, yeah, or you can just scroll. Yeah, you can scroll and see it. There are two MAR sections. So the first MAR is coming up right there, I think. Right there. So let's see. Let's see if there's a listing checklist or any kind of checklist. I don't think there is one, but keep going.
Lease lockbox.
Nope.
No.
So keep going. Let's go to the second section. Maybe it's there.
Okay.
Nope. So so there's none, but that's fine. Montgomery County, you can use the G-CAR one. It's exactly the same. The number of forms might be a little bit different, but it's exactly the same. So if you ever get stuck, this is what you always want to look for. That what forms am I missing? So it says all forms for all purposes or properties. So you need the listing agreement, which we already have. You have it in the MAR version, right? If it's Montgomery County, you're going to need Montgomery specific, you know, and it tells you whether it's you don't need to select them. I'm just going through the form.
Oh, okay.
If you ever get stuck,
this is where
will always be your template to look at to cross-check what forms am I missing.
Okay.
That's the purpose of this form. If you ever get stuck, what forms am I missing? What else do I need to include? This is what this does for you. It tells you
for the notification for due agency within the team. Dream Team is considered a team. So if I were to give Pam, say like a buyer came in on our open house and wasn't represented, and I say, hey Pam, here's this buyer information they want to put in a contract on my listing. We would need that dual agency.
If you and Pam are in a team, yes.
Okay, so is the Dream Team a team, or is it just?
We are a team, but we're not like, we don't share commission. So we're not a team in the purpose of this conversation.
Okay, gotcha.
Because we don't share commission, we don't report to anybody or none like that. It's just a collaboration, yes. But if you're a member of a team within EXP and you represent the seller, and then boom, someone else comes from EXP and they represent the buyer, and you guys are on the same team, you will need that form.
Okay.
If you're not on the same team, but you're on the same brokerage, you will need the consent for dual agency.
Okay.
That's what you need.
So Pam and I would need just this regular one.
Correct, because you both belong to EXP, yes. So Then the other form that you're gonna need, you went a little bit too fast.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna need, as a matter of policy, what I do this. If you do this, it will never get you into any trouble. Always get them to sign your consent for dual agency. They don't need to sign the second section like you showed me and you did. Second section is affirming it, but they have to sign the first part.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as a matter, I'm doing a listing, so I'm gonna make sure I give them the seller's estimated cost worksheet. I give them that. Protect your family from lead in your home. I give them that. What everyone should know about equal opportunity in housing. I give them that. So keep going up. Keep going. Then you're going to need your inclusions and exclusion disclosure is required. You're going to need your notice to buy and seller. You do not have that. I did not see that in that.
No, that wasn't in there.
So yeah, make sure you make a note of that. You do need that.
Okay.
Your residential property disclosure and disclaimer, you add that. We have it. You need that. Your REA, which is your easements and assessments, as a matter of fact or policy, I include that. So in case I get there and they say, oh yeah, oh, me and my neighbor, we share this, or for them to get back over there, they have to drive here, it's an easement. You want to make sure that they sign that, okay? So, and keep going. Your lead paint, you need that if it's prior 78. That's for your federal. For your Maryland, you need that as well. You don't need the condo if it's not a condo. You don't need the HOA if it's not an HOA. You don't need the co-op if it's not. And for the purpose of Montgomery County, you're going to need whatever city it belongs to. For in the MAR, the version of that is going to be the PG card DNA, which you have in your form.
Okay.
You have that. And that's it for that. The other things are specific to if you're doing a short sale, if you're changing the status of your listing. On here, you will need the CMA notice. Include that because you did a CMA. So include that for your client. If there's a solar panel resale disclosure, you need to include that if there is one. And that's it. Everything from that point on is for to the buyer side.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So that's it.
Okay. I know I need to get the lead poisoning, so let me grab that. It was lead poisoning.
You need the federal lead and yes.
Oh, I need both.
Yes. If it's prior to 78, you need it.
No, her home is 1985.
So you don't need it.
So I don't need any of the lead poisoning.
It's not required.
Okay.
Because it's built after that. You've already disclosed in your listing agreement. That
is not. But yeah, you said that you put it in there. It doesn't even matter. So
as a matter of policy, for me, I do include all those things. But as we're thinning out documents, you don't have to have it there because it's not. Again,
okay.
Better for you to have a lot more documents and you don't need it. And then you don't include in your disclosure, as opposed to if you need them, you have to go back to them multiple times together.
Yeah.
Okay. But you need that notice to buyer and seller. You need that form.
Yeah. I'm going through to check what I need. I know the lead I don't. Open house disclosure flyer. She wants
that one is just what that's what this is.
That's what is? Hold on. Where is the video?
Open house. This is the open house.
Okay.
Can you see my video?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
That's what that one is.
Okay.
They don't need to sign anything. It just needs to be displayed at the property.
Okay. And then you said she doesn't have any easements and assessments, so she doesn't need all of this. No HOA, no condo.
No need for that.
So will she need this? Because if she's doing the coming soon and then you change it to active, is that like what this is about?
You don't need that. You already said in your listing agreement that she agreed for you to do coming soon. So you don't need. You need the CMA.
The which one?
Comparative market analysis. You need, if you did one, you need that.
And she's gonna get an appraisal. I know it's not required, but I think she should. Just because her home is unique in her neighborhood.
Absolutely up to her. She can do that.
Yeah. So I advised her to do that. I think it's gonna give her a better
for it. The benefit of that for her,
it out of her pocket. So
the benefit of that for her is she gets an idea of what she thinks the house is worth. But again, make sure full disclosure. Let her understand that this is not gospel.
Right.
Just because she gets it appraised and it comes at $1 million, there's nothing the appraiser cannot come in there and say it's only worth 800.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay. I just want her to get a more of a what appraisers are looking for, kind of like what they're going to be looking for, and we can compare the CMA and all that.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to get those forms.
So you get those forms and you attach those to it. Yep.
Okay, so open house disclosure, which is, I think that's under the MAR.
You're gonna find it on anyone. It doesn't matter. You can, matter of fact, you can start. You can type it in there and it's gonna come up. There you go. Just select one.
Put that in there. I hate when it switches from my one form that I was my paper, my list that I'm on. This was the other thing. I couldn't get back to my list. How do I get back to my list of forms that I have?
You have to go to back.
My forms?
You have to go to back. Click on back. Well, that's the form right there. You just did it. So you did my forms right there. Yeah.
So what everyone should know, equal opportunity and notice to buyer and seller.
It's not going to come up like that because that's not really what it is. You can just type in what you can type in NAR. I think it's NAR.
NAR.
And that's it right there.
4,000.
Yeah. You have the English and you have the Spanish.
And it doesn't matter with these, which ones? Is it going to come up G card?
They're all the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's an NAR form. So that's a standard.
Okay. What was the other one that I said? No,
notice to buyers and sellers. Just go to all forms. Notice to buyers is notice to buyers
and sellers. Notice.
You have the DC version. You have the MAR version. You have the G-Car version, I should say. That's it. Notice to buyers and sellers of buyers' rights and sellers' obligations. So that's it.
I know there was one more. It was the CMA one.
So just type in CMA or competitive. There you go.
Can I use the G-Car one even though none of my other forms say G-Car?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we could use, like, if I had to pull a PG form, but everything else said G-Car, is there like?
It's best for you not to mix forms.
Okay.
If you're going to do MAR, just do all MAR, but there will be some times that you can, that maybe you don't have a form that is MAR, so you can use a G-Car for that purpose, but it's very rare. There's another place you can go to go get those forms. You're going to the National Association of Realtors.org and you can get those documents as well. But yeah, that's it. So what is the other thing that you wanted, that you needed some help with?
Okay, so now that she has accepted that, I know she's not ready to list now because she's buying a new build. So she's downsizing from a single family to a townhome. So I'm helping her with that as well. And so I'm going to be on both of those contracts, both this contract, selling and helping her buy. So
all you need to do is just you're doing your listing. That's for selling the house. Then you do the agency for helping her purchase. So you do two different.
Okay, so I gotta send her 2 different.
Correct.
Forms. And okay, we are going to, so let me go back, because we are going to go to Stanley Martin tomorrow and do all the stuff with them, and she's going to put me down as her agent. And so can I, if she's doing this tomorrow, I can give her the form tomorrow to sign for.
Absolutely. Just make sure you get your agency agreement signed.
Okay.
Yeah. Get it signed. And then when you guys get there, you fill out the paperwork over there. So that's straightforward and simple. You said she's not listing her house now. So on your listing agreement, you want to make sure that you have a set date that you guys agree for the property to go live. So you know that. So when you go into your MLS to actually, add the listing, you can set that appropriately as well. So you know what it, because if you start marketing it as coming soon, the maximum you can put a property on coming soon is 21 days. Okay. So if anything changes, you're gonna have to pull it up and put it temporary off. You can extend coming soon. Okay. So that's important to know. Yeah.
So we're about to go into August. I know she's closing on the delivery date for the new house is end of October. She's okay with staying in an Airbnb. I just have to I didn't get a specific date today because I was just, talking her through things, telling her what, what I had to offer and things like that. So I didn't get a date. So I'll call her in a few and ask her for a date and update that inside of the form. Oh, there was something inside of the form that I needed to update. Remember? It was something in here. We have all of that. Do you remember what it was, Jimmy?
You did something, I think it was something that does and does not. You had.
It was this sub-agency.
Yes, you did that.
Hire agent. So this one has to come out.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do not do sub-agents, keeping that in my mind. That is not a thing for us. Okay. Got it.
So, you sure that's all that there is to it?
I believe that was all for this one. The other ones we removed. Remember, I didn't put any check boxes in here. I did it all in DigiSign. Okay. So we removed everything. Oh no, it was this one. Does, right?
There you go. Because I know that was, yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Nothing there.
Check boxes are in there. So I'm going to save to my device so that I have it.
There's so many different ways you can do this much easier, but you're probably going to have to go and watch one of my videos on how to easily just do all this here, save it, and boom.
Yeah, I saved it all at once, all together last night. But since I already have this one in here, I thought just to save this one.
That's
here.
fine.
What is going
Whatever
on?
works for you. You have to close
let me
it.
just. Happens. That's the new. But updated. Save that. Okay, I have so many forms open. But let's close that, and then
I have to go into a meeting in probably about 20 minutes.
Okay. So. And then I'll do the other stuff that we added. I'll go and update that stuff. I think that was pretty much it. And then I'll send it over to her. And the listing part, I'll go through the MLS. I know they had like some new stuff some new video that they put up for a new way that they're doing their listing.
Ask me the question of what you need right now. This meeting is about what you.
I don't need anything else after this. This is what I needed someone to do. Walk me through and show me what it is that I needed to send to her.
Okay.
For signing the listing agreement.
So
that was pretty much it.
Don't forget, print that checklist.
Okay.
If you ever run
into the listing packet checklist right here.
Right.
Okay.
If you ever run into any issues. Now, are you on Trello board?
I am on the Maryland one. So this is the
logging into your Trello board. Logging into your Trello board. I want to show you again where you can get that form if you need to. I don't use it, but I do know where it is. Well, it's going to take a little bit of work, but I do know where it is.
The Trello board is so weird to me.
So Trello. I think you go into forms at the top. It says Maryland agent checklist.
Hold on, it needed me to refresh it.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so you said at the top, where does it say?
I think on to your left, it says forms and licenses. Is that where it is? Or you can type into where it says jump to, let's say, and type in checklist, listing checklist, or just checklist.
Oh, this one is coming up.
See where it says
checklist.
So click on the MD agents forms. So it tells you right there. If you click on that, it will open the forms, and you can download that form as well.
What?
Oh. It goes in. I think it opens it up and it's giving you all the checklists.
Okay,
it's opened it. See where it says rental checklist on the card?
Oh, okay. And then sales.
Right. Sales checklist to the left, that's the form for the checklist. Okay. So if you scroll through, there might be one that says listing, but that's where you get the form. If you get that form as well, that helps you, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you open that, it gives you every single thing. And as a matter of fact, see, they actually have it organized better. So it tells you mandatory forms are in bold, you know. Now, I don't know if this one is strictly for sales, because it looks like there's a lot of sales documents here, but you get the gist. If you go back, there should be one for listing.
That's for sales.
Click on the side to the right that says listing. Okay.
You want me to put listing in here?
Sure, you can try that, and let's see. Listing checklist. So stop right there. Listen, there you go. That's it. So click on that. You can click on either one of them, and you should have your checklist open up. That's it. Open that up. I'll download that and keep it in my, either put it in a folder or something. But this tells you the required forms when you're doing the listing, and it takes you the forms that are optional as well.
MRIS shortlisting, what's that?
That's the same thing as MLS. So once you put this in, once you put this in the MLS, MRIS used to be the name. Now it's called the MLS.
Okay.
With Maryland Regional, whatever, but now it's a Maryland, whatever, listing service, I think. So in any case, once you put the system in, once you put it in the system, it's going to give it a number once you complete. If you want to, I can show you how to do that. Actually, let's go there.
Go to which one?
So go to your Bright MLS. So see at the top where it says listings? So click on listings. Click on add or edit listings. And when this pops up, it's going to ask you, what are you trying to do? Then you're going to tell it, I want to add a new listing. It's a residential, all that kind of stuff. You can click close and tell you never to show me that again if you don't want to. Then, so this page takes a little time, it comes up. Okay, so it's up. Now, so you click on where it says search for listing. I don't know why I'm saying that. No, don't worry. Sorry, I apologize. So to your right hand side where it says new listing, you click that to open that. Then it's going to tell you, is it a residential listing? Is it a residential lease? You click which one is applicable. Then what's the structure? Is it detached, semi-detached? What is it? Ownership interest, is it fee simple? Is it a co-op? You select that. Then you click on next. Then you can type in the address. This is actually pretty new, what they did over here. Before, you can just, you actually go and start looking for the tax ID, but boom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a residential listing. Did you put this in the system before? No, you did not. This was, so you can see the last listing in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to cheat, this is the good ways for you to cheat and find out information. Because they already have a listing there, I'll click on the residential listing, the one that, yeah, just click on that, and you see what it says at the bottom? Proceed to compare. So you can actually proceed to compare and see what it was on there before. Or you can even have done this in public records as well. But this is new. They just changed all this. So boom, you can click next and boom. So now you can compare what it was when they listed in 2009, what you want.
Yeah.
You can do it this way, or you can just start your own listing all the way. This just gives you an idea, something to compare with. You can make changes, but this is the way to do it.
Because it's already there for me.
Yeah, because you're comparing what was there before, what it was in the system before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go back. If you don't want to cheat, go back up to where it says new listing. But these are learning processes and things that you can find.
Okay, go hit this.
Yeah, you can go back, say discard. So it doesn't save anything. So put it again, new listing. There's so many different ways to skin a cat. I just wanted to show you ways, because these are ways that will help you to be able to think outside the box of so many different things to do. So you select the address again, and you start with your own tax record. You can start on here, click on that, and do proceed to compare again. They just changed this. This just changed in the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's why that thing keeps popping up.
So now you hear once it pops up, and then you can proceed to doing your listing. See, now it doesn't have anything for you to compare with. And boom, you can start. And then if you click at the button, so this way you go through it to say, okay, is there, everything looks good? If anything looks good, if it doesn't look good, you can exit out. If it looks good, boom. I wouldn't even touch any of this because it's standard public records that is in the system. I'll just leave it like that, right? I won't bother.
Oh, it doesn't have for basement in here.
There you go. So now you can click in that box and add the basement on there.
Let me.
If it's not letting you, then it means we don't make changes here. They just changed this. So that's fine. So all you now do is add values to listing. If you click on add values to listing, then you can start adding all your stuff. It's going to take you through. Every single thing you see in the red bubble are things that you must put on there. So the first thing I'll do on this listing, because you want to enter your information, the status. What status are you going to give?
You went out a little bit. Jimmy?
So the first red thing on there says status. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Okay.
So if you click that open, it's going to give you a drop-down box, and you got to decide what are you giving in there. It's not active yet. It's definitely not under contract. It's going to be either coming soon or temporary off market. Coming soon, don't forget, 21 days is your max. So you can put it in coming soon and start putting your information in.
Okay.
If you're not ready, if you don't think it's going to be in 21 days, then don't do that yet.
Okay.
Get everything forward. But you can do it in coming soon, get it going, and then you can come back before the 21 days is out if she doesn't change her mind, and the day before the 21st day, take it off market or something to give you some more time. Yeah, because the maximum on your coming soon is 21 days. But this is where you're going to put all, and this is straightforward, it's easy, it just walks you through it. You can't miss anything.
Okay.
Cool?
Yes. Okay, I think this part I'll be really comfortable with doing because it's pretty straightforward, you know.
You're comfortable with everything. You're overthinking it. Everything is straightforward. You're too smart for this. Come on.
It's the wording. It's really the wording.
No worries.
Of everything.
You're very good at this. So don't ever doubt. It's all here. It's a mindset then. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to have her sign all of the documents. I'm going to send that over to her, get that signed so it's official, and then discuss dates, and then I'll start working. Well, I can't work on it unless I have a date. So and make sure that we're in the 21 days. I think it's going to be within the 21 days, so I'll probably start working on it tomorrow to get it in there as a coming soon. And if I have any questions,
yes,
I'll send you a text.